The burning question on everyone's mind is, what is the hottest planet in the universe? When we think of hot planets, the first one that comes to our minds is Venus, which can reach temperatures of up to 478 degrees Celsius. But compared to this new scorching hot planet that has been discovered by NASA, Venus is just an ice cube. This newly found exoplanet KOI 55b is 1,000 light-years away from Earth and has a surface temperature of over 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to melt rocks. What makes this possible? And how did NASA find this searingly hot planet? Let's find out. What if we told you there was a planet where it rains molten lava bigger than grizzly bears? KOI 55b is a gas giant nearly twice the size of Jupiter. Its discovery was made by NASA's planet-hunting Kepler space telescope, which looks for signs of planets orbiting distant stars. The telescope spotted KOI 55b in the constellation Draco, which lies in the northern hemisphere of the sky. Scientists estimate the planet's existence based on the dimming of starlight. When it passes between us and its star, KOI 55b's star is similar in size and temperature to our Sun. The planet completes an orbit around its star every 39 days. KOI 55b has an extremely close orbit, which brings it very near to its parent star. It also has a thick atmosphere that traps heat in a runaway greenhouse effect. All these factors make the planet incredibly hot. While Venus is Earth's sister planet in terms of size and mass, KOI 55b is a gas giant like Jupiter or Neptune. But unlike its cold and icy neighbors in the outer solar system, KOI 55b is closer to its star than Mercury is to ours. As a result, it receives more radiation from its star, making it much hotter. KOI 55b is 3 times larger than Jupiter, but weighs about 5 times more than the largest gas giant in our solar system. If KOI 55b had the same composition as Jupiter, it would have an iron and nickel core surrounded by liquid metallic hydrogen, which would generate a strong magnetic field. The atmosphere of the planet could be mainly hydrogen and helium with a large amount of sulfur. Now let's try to imagine how such a high temperature is even possible on a planet. KOI 55b orbits a star very similar to our Sun. However, its closeness to the star is unmatched by any planet in our solar system. In fact, if KOI 55b were to replace Mercury and orbit the Sun, it would come no further than the orbit of Venus. Mercury's average distance from the Sun is 36 million miles, or 58 million kilometers. Whereas KOI 55b is located just 165,000 miles, or 266,000 kilometers from its star. Consequently, KOI 55b receives much more energy from its star than Mercury does from ours. In comparison, Mercury's maximum temperature reaches only 800 degrees Fahrenheit or 430 degrees Celsius, while Venus experiences a maximum temperature of 478 degrees Celsius, or 872 degrees Fahrenheit. On the other hand, KOI 55b has an extremely thick atmosphere, potentially containing compounds such as sulfur and iron. These elements are responsible for the greenhouse effect, which keeps the planet's temperature extremely high. Furthermore, the high atmospheric pressure results in a strong greenhouse effect, preventing the heat from escaping into space. As a result, the planet's surface is covered with molten rock. Scientists believe that KOI 55b has an iron core with a radius of 11,000 miles or 18,000 kilometers. Around the core is a layer of liquid metallic hydrogen that extends 6,000 miles or 10,000 kilometers below the surface. Above this layer lies a mantle of liquid hydrogen sulfide, which is rich in sulfur. Finally, the atmosphere is composed primarily of hydrogen and helium, which are gases that do not retain heat well. Despite this, the heat from the mantle radiates into the atmosphere, causing the entire planet to become scorching hot. It's important to note that all these estimates are based on computer models. No spacecraft has ever visited KOI 55b or any other gas giant outside our solar system. Thus, scientists have no actual data on its atmosphere or interior structure. Let's move on to the next part. What is the real reason behind the extreme heat? Scientists believe that KOI 55b is not only very hot, but also has an extremely dense atmosphere. However, they still have many questions regarding how such a massive atmosphere could exist so close to the star without being blown away by the stellar wind. A paper published by NASA suggests that KOI 55b might have formed far away from its star and then migrated inward. Alternatively, it could have formed in place but experienced a giant impact that contributed to its high atmospheric mass. Further research will be needed to determine how such an atmosphere is able to withstand the radiation pressure of its parent star. Interestingly, the discovery of KOI 55b is not recent. It was actually spotted in 2009 by the Kepler space telescope. However, at the time, scientists did not have enough data to confirm its existence. After collecting more data over the next decade, researchers were finally able to confirm that it is indeed a planet and not a false positive. They used the La Silla Observatory in Chile to measure the mass of the planet. What makes KOI 55b especially intriguing is its similarity to WASP 33b, another hot gas giant that was discovered in 2006. Both planets have comparable sizes and masses and orbit stars of similar size and temperature. However, WASP 33b is significantly farther away from its star than KOI 55b. As a result, it is only about 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 1,100 degrees Celsius hot. Scientists have yet to determine why KOI 55b orbits so close to its star. One theory is that it migrated inward over time, while another is that it was captured by the star's gravity. The reason for this migration could help scientists better understand how planets form and evolve. While KOI 55b is the hottest planet ever found, there may be even hotter ones that we have not yet detected. For example, some astronomers believe that there could be planets in the habitable zone of red dwarfs, which are smaller, cooler stars. However, these stars have intense flares that can destroy any atmosphere on a planet, making it difficult for life to survive. Thus, the search for habitable planets around red dwarfs remains a controversial topic. Moreover, the discovery of KOI 55b raises interesting questions about the habitability of planets with thick atmospheres. Although it is unlikely that life could exist on such a hot planet, the presence of a thick atmosphere could potentially protect against harmful radiation from the star. Scientists are continuing to study KOI 55b and other hot planets in order to better understand their atmospheres and habitability. In conclusion, KOI 55b is the hottest planet ever found with a surface temperature of over 12,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Its extreme heat is due to its proximity to its star and its thick atmosphere. Studying KOI 55b and other hot planets can help us better understand how planets form and evolve, as well as the potential for life in extreme environments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates on all things space. With that said, we thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, keep looking up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe for future updates. See you in the next video.